So full tide will be reached at around 7 a.m. or before 7 a.m. So we are still conscious. So it's now past 5 a.m. and there are tsunami informations coming in. So tsunami warning is issued to Iwate Prefecture and Amami and Tokura Islands in Kagoshima prefectures, and tsunami advisories have been issued to Hokkaido to Kagoshima prefectures on Pacific coast and Okinawa prefectures. Also, Nagasaki West and Kagoshima Western areas are under tsunami warnings. So the residents in these areas, tsunami have been already hitting the area, so please evacuate immediately. Tsunami could hit repeatedly and it can get higher, so please do not let your guard down. So within Iwate prefectures, there are already areas under full tide, and in Amami and Tokura Islands, from 6:30 to 7 a.m. full tide could come, and if it coincides with tsunami, the tide level could get high, and also there are high tide. So please remain vigilant. In Tohoku areas, tsunami warnings and advisories are issued. So JR services are going to halt some of the operations. So Joban line, starting from Sendai to Shinchi Station, and Senseki line, Kozuru Shinden, Miyagi Prefecture to Ishinomaki Station, is going to halt its operations. And the Senseki to Hoku line, starting from Sendai Station to Ishinomaki Station, the service will be halted. Tohoku Honsen line, Miyagi Rikuzen Sano Station to Kogota Station, and Ishinomaki line, Maeyachi Station to Onagawa Station. Both inbounds and outbound lines are to be halted, and also some of the operations are to be skipped. And JR East says that with the tsunami warnings and the evacuation order has been issued to municipalities, Uchibo and Sutobo lines in Chiba Prefecture, in some of the areas, it is going to halt services from the morning. So in Uchibo line, Tomiura Station to Awakamogawa Station, and also Sotobo line, Mobara Station to Awakamogawa Station. Between these districts, both inbound and outbound train services is to be halted. And if the advisory is lifted, then it would resume its operation.
Tsunami have been observed in several areas. As you can see on the left, bottom left, in Kominato of Omami Islands, 1.2 meter of tsunami was observed, and Kushi Port in Iwate Prefecture, where tsunami warning is in place, tsunami was observed as well. Tsunami waves have already reached the coastal areas. So please evacuate immediately to a higher ground. Tsunami waves arrive repeatedly. Stay on alert and remain in a safe place. And some of you have already reached in a higher place, but it's very cold at this time of the year. And please stay warm. And the people are also urged to help each other in the neighborhood. And these are the tsunami observations and tsunami the measurings. Kominato in Amami Oshima Island, 1.2 centimeters of tsunami was observed at 11:55 yesterday. And in Kujikot in Iwate Prefecture, 1.1 meters at 2:26 a.m. And in Chichijima and Tosashimizu city of Kochi and Koboshi in Wakayama, and Hamanaka town in Hokkaido, and Kushimoto town in Wakayama, 90 centimeters of tsunami was measured. And 80 centimeters was observed in Muroto city in Kochi and Yaene on Hachijojima Island, and 70 centimeters was observed in Kumano in Tanegashima, Kagoshima, Onahama Port in Fukushima, and Omaezaki Port in Shizuoka, and Sendai Port, and Minami Osumi Town in Kagoshima, and Ayukawa in Ishinomaki City. 70 centimeters was observed, and 60 centimeters was observed in Tokachi Port in Hokkaido, Urakawa Town in Hokkaido, Shibushi Port in Kagoshima, Tahara City in Aichi Prefecture, and Aburatsu Port in Nichinan Port, and Makurazaki and Toba in Wakayama, and Hachinohe Port in Iwate, and Owarai Port in Ibaraki Prefecture, which is the sea level is rising, and Hanasaki Port in Namuro, Miyazaki Port, and Erimo Town in Hokkaido, and Nachi Katsura in Wakayama, and Minami Town in Tokushima Prefecture, and Nakanoshima of Tokara Islands of the 50 centimeters of observed, and Kashima Port, and Kumano in Mie Prefecture, Nishino Omote Port in Tanegashima Island, and Soma Port in Fukushima, and Tateyama in Chiba Prefecture, and Kaminato in Hachishojima Island, and Nakatosa in Kochi, and Kushiro in Hokkaido. In Ofunato City in Iwate Prefecture, where tsunami warning is issued, there is we have a video from a evacuation center. The evacuation center was open in Ofunato area of Ofunato City in Iwate Prefecture. And many residents have arrived, and now there are about 40 people staying here, and some people are lying and taking sleep. And outside there is a parking lot where there are about 80 cars, and some people stay in their homes in order not to get into crowded places. And a woman in her 50s said that when she went to a higher ground and went back home when the tsunami advisory was issued, but as tsunami warning was issued, she decided to go and get to this shelter again, and she expressed his anxiety as she experienced the big earthquake 10 years ago, and Ofunato City opened the emergency center to collect information, but they haven't been informed of any damage so far. This has been information footage from Ofunato City.
A tsunami advisory is issued in Minami Sanrikucho of Miyagi Prefecture. I am on the 6th floor of a hotel located in the higher grounds. The footage shows Shizugawa-ko Port. The light is lit on the seas, and the sea is very moderate, and we do not see any impact of tsunami here. When I started to shoot, it has already several hours has passed, but I do not see any people. And as the day is breaking, but I do not see any cars driving along the area. This is Minami Sanrikucho town of Miyagi Prefecture. This is Gobo City of Wakayama Prefecture. I am on the higher ground about a kilometer away from the seas. As of 12:31, a 90 centimeter tsunami was observed. according to Global City, they have not received any reports of disasters or damages. It is very dark. We do not see any people, but we do not see many big changes, and we do not see any changes in tide level. The city is calling on people to not get close to the coastal areas and pay attention to the latest information. So we will talk over the phone from Kochi Prefecture, Muroto City Town Hall, Yamasaki Katsura, who is in charge of the disaster prevention. Yamasaki-san, are you in a safe place? Yes, I am in the Muroto City Hall office. At their city, 80 centimeter tsunami was observed. What is the information that you're getting now? As of now, in Sakihama town of Muroto City, or Sakihama port, a fishing boat was found sunken. There was a report on a sunken ship. It is due to the tsunami? Yes. Yes, I am in the Muroto City Hall office. At their city, 80 centimeter tsunami was observed. What is the information that you're getting now? As of now, in Sakihama town of Muroto City, or Sakihama port, a fishing boat was found sunken. There was a report on a sunken ship. It is due to the tsunami? Yes. Yes, I am in the Muroto City Hall office. At their city, 80 centimeter tsunami was observed. What is the information that you're getting now? As of now, in Sakihama town of Muroto City, or Sakihama port, a fishing boat was found sunken. There was a report on a sunken ship. It is due to the tsunami? Yes. Yes, I am in the Muroto City Hall office. At their city, 80 centimeter tsunami was observed. What is the information that you're getting now? As of now, in Sakihama town of Muroto City, or Sakihama port, a fishing boat was found sunken. There was a report on a sunken ship. It is due to the tsunami? Yes. Yes, I am in the Muroto City Hall office. At their city, 80 centimeter tsunami was observed. What is the information that you're getting now? As of now,
Those will check to see
in
any
Sakihama
damages
town of Muroto
on
City,
their
or
boats and
Sakihama
equipment.
port,
Well, the tsunami advisory is still in effect. Therefore, we encourage you to call on people to stay vigilant.
there was a report on the
So
sunken ship.
Yamazaki Katsura, who is in
It is
charge
due
of
to
the
the
disaster.
tsunami? Yes. Yes, I am in the Muroto
Prefecture.
City
As
Hall
of 5 a.m.,
office.
17
At
points
their city,
of
80 centimeter
evacuation shelters
tsunami
are
was
receiving
observed.
90
What is the
residents.
information that you're
The
getting
city
now?
official says that there are
As of
no
now,
reports
those
of
will
damages,
check to
but
see
the
any
city
Sakihama
officials are
town
trying
of
to
Muroto
collect all
on
City,
their
the
boats and
or
information.
equipment.
Sakihama port.
And
Well, the
there are
tsunami advisory
related
is still in
information.
effect.
GRE
Therefore,
says that
we
with the
encourage
tsunami
you
advisory
to call on people
issued,
to
and also
stay
the
vigilant.
municipalities are
report on the
issuing
So Yamazaki Katsura,
evacuation orders.
who is in
and
charge
Due
of the
to the
disaster.
tsunami?
Some of the
Yes.
districts of the Uchibo and Sotobo lines have decided to hold its services. So Uchibo line, Tomiura and Amokaogawa Station District, and for Sotobo line, Mobara to Awakamogawa Station, the service, both inbound and outbound, would be halted. And if the evacuation orders of the municipalities are lifted, they'll resume operations. And in Tohoku regions, there are tsunami warnings and advisories. So the JR services are going to halt some of the services from the first trains. So Joban Line, starting from Sendai to Shinchi stations in Sendai Prefecture, Senseki Line, Kozuru Shinden, Miyagi Prefecture to Ishinomaki stations, and Senseki Hoko Line, Sendai to Ishinomaki stations, and Tohoku Honsen Line, Ritsugen Sango, Miyagi Prefecture to Kogota, Miyagi Prefecture, and Ishinomaki Line, Maeachi to Onagawa, Miyagi Prefecture. Both inbound and outbound services of these areas will halt operations. And also there are some services that are to be skipped. So Joban Line, starting from Sendai to Tsunami Warning stations in Sendai Prefecture, Senseki Line, Kozuru Shinden, Miyagi Prefecture, to Kochi prefectures, and we have the fast forward view starting from around 12:30 a.m. and we can see that some of the fishing vessels are moving with the waters. So the sea levels are rising, and you can see that the fishing vessels are now moving, swaying from left to right. And we can see that tsunami is arriving to this area. This is Tosashi, Kozuru Shinden prefectures, Kochi prefectures, and we have the fast forward 12:15 a.m. and view on starting. So please do not reach to the coastal regions if your areas are under tsunami advisories. So we have Miyaoka Kazuki of the JMA, and there was a news conference starting from 2 a.m. So currently, Amami Tokara Islands are under tsunami warning, and Hokkaido Pacific Coast eastern area to Miyakojima Yaeyama areas. So on the Pacific coast side of Japan archipelago, tsunami warnings are issued. So areas under tsunami warnings, there's concern that damage may occur. So if the people in coastal areas and riverside, please immediately head to safe places like higher ground and evacuation buildings. Tsunami could hit repeatedly. So until all the warnings are lifted, please do not leave where you are if you're already evacuated to a safer place. And areas under tsunami advisories, the coastal areas and the seawater is very dangerous. So please move away from the coast and get out of the ocean because it is dangerous, and also sea currents are fast. So until the tsunami warnings or advisories are lifted, please do not go near coastal areas or get into the ocean. So until the tsunami advisories are lifted, please do not go near the ocean. And this time, the tide level changes is not the same according to the normal earthquakes and other activities, and we cannot decide whether this is a normal tsunami. However, we observed sea level changes, so to be vigilant using the existing tsunami system, we are issuing these warnings and advisories. The reporter asks that whether there's a possibility of tsunami advisories upgraded to tsunami warnings. The JMA official says that if there is a tidal level that is observed, and if that change is large enough to switch to tsunami warning, if that kind of tidal level change has been observed, we would like to adequately issue tsunami warning, meaning that we'll have the advisory elevated using to tsunami the existing tsunami system. We are issuing these warnings and advisories. The reporter asks that whether there's a possibility of tsunami advisories upgraded to tsunami warnings. The JMA official says that if there is a tidal level that is observed and if that change is large enough to
the earthquake, so
switch to
I'm not
tsunami
sure about the
warning.
mechanism
If
of
that kind
this
of
the
tidal
tsunami.
level
So
change has
we
been
can't tell
observed,
now
we would like to
when
adequately
a tsunami
issue
warning can be
tsunami warning, meaning that
lifted.
we'll
Yeah,
have
please
the
do not
advisory
go
elevated
to
using
the
tsunami
sea
warning
or the
tsunami
beach.
system.
Now
are
it's
issuing
very
these warnings to
dark,
advisories.
but also
The reporter
after the
asks
day
that
we
whether
stay
there's a
away from
possibility
the
of
coastal
tsunami
area.
advisories
The impact of the
upgraded to
tsunami
tsunami warnings.
is expected to
The JMA
there is
official
no
says
long
that
for
if
some
there
time.
is a tidal level
So
that is
the
observed and
tidal
if
level
that
changes
change
is
is
different
large
from tsunami
enough
caused by
to
the earthquake. So
switch to
I'm not
tsunami
sure about
warning.
the mechanism
If
of
that kind
this
of
the
tidal
tsunami.
level
So
change has
we
been
can't tell
observed,
now
we would like to
when
adequately
a tsunami
issue
warning can be
tsunami warning, meaning
lifted.
that we'll
Yeah,
have
please
the
sea or
warning
the
tsunami
beach.
system.
Now
are
it's
issuing
very
these warnings to
dark,
advisories.
but also
The reporter
after the
asks
day
that
we
whether
stay
there's a
away from
possibility
the
of
coastal
tsunami
area.
advisories
The impact of the
upgraded to tsunami
tsunami
warnings.
is expected to
The
there
JMA
is
official
no
says
long
that
for
if
some
there
time.
is a tidal level
So
that is
the
observed and
tidal
if
level
that
changes
change
is
is
different
large
from tsunami
enough
caused by
to
the earthquake. So
switch to
I'm
tsunami
not sure
warning.
about the mechanism
If
of
that kind
this
of
the
tidal
tsunami.
level
So
change has
we
been
can't tell
observed,
now
we would like to
when
adequately
a tsunami
issue
warning can be
tsunami warning, meaning that
lifted.
we'll
Yeah,
have
please
the
sea
warning
or the
tsunami
beach.
system.
Now
are
it's
issuing
very
these warnings to
dark,
advisories.
but also
The report has
we
been
can't tell
observed.
now
We would like to
when
adequately
a tsunami
issue
warning can be
tsunami warning, meaning that
lifted.
we'll
Yeah,
have
please
the
sea
warning
or the
tsunami
beach.
system.
Now
are
it's
issuing
very
these warnings to
dark,
advisories.
but also
The reporter
after the
asks
day
that
we
whether
stay
there's a
away from
possibility
the
of
coastal
tsunami
area.
advisories
The impact of the
upgraded to tsunami
tsunami
warnings.
is expected to
The
there
JMA
is
official
no
says
long
that
for
if
some
there is
time.
a tidal level
So
that is
the
observed and
tidal
if
level
that
changes
change
is
is
different
large
from tsunami
enough
caused by
to
the earthquake. So
switch to
I'm not
tsunami
sure
warning.
about the mechanism
If
of
that kind
this
of
the
tidal
tsunami.
level
So
change has
we
been
can't tell
observed,
now
we would like to
when
adequately
a tsunami
issue
warning can be
tsunami warning, meaning that
lifted.
we'll
Yeah,
have
please
the
sea
warning
or the
tsunami
beach.
system.
Now
are
it's
issuing
very
these warnings to
dark,
advisories.
but also
The report has
we
been
can't tell
observed.
now
We would like to
when
adequately
a tsunami
issue
warning can be
tsunami warning, meaning that
lifted.
we'll
Yeah,
have
please
the
sea
warning
or the
tsunami
beach.
system.
Now
are
it's
issuing
very
these warnings to
dark,
advisories.
but also
The reporter
after the
asks
day
that
we
whether
stay
there's a
away from
possibility
the
of
coastal
tsunami
area.
advisories
The impact of the
upgraded to
tsunami
tsunami